Dark ages and writing stages on pages. It's Rhyme and Reason 686.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're...
Hey there, Tony here. Oh, the dreadful misery, the likes of which the world might never see again. And it's a miracle anything or anyone survived it. Of course, I'm talking about the dark ages of the world of art. It was the time of Homer and the fall of Troy, say it ain't so, Ma, and the golden Mycenaean culture had basically faded away. Innovation did too. Or so they, and who are they? So they say. But thank goodness the Dark Ages happened in the BC days, right? No, not BC powder. Can't believe you even thought of that. This BC is also known as the time in history before Christ. Get it? BC, before Christ. And from what I've read, the Dark Ages lasted from about 1200 to 1025 BC. Now, that's a long time for art to be relegated to basic pottery. So I got two words for you. Bow ring. Bow ring. Thankfully, the age of geometric art came along around 900 to 700 BC. And a side note, all that backward counting is so BC. Bizarro curious. And we're not talking, just triangles and trapezoids. Pottery decoration started showing animals and even humans. Whoa, dude, that's a cute angle. Can I get a rim shot there? Okay, let's see. Another side note I gotta share with you. It's less than impressive how online dictionaries define the BC abbreviation as standing for the, I'm quoting them, the theoretical birth of Jesus Christ. And they describe AD as after the theoretical death of Jesus Christ. It appears they have a theoretical view of history. Okay, there's a side note, a little mini rant. Moving on. I'm not going to take you all the way down the primrose path of the other ages of arts. The archaic time, classical art, the golden age, Hellenistic art with famous stone and marble statues. And then there's all the impressionism, modern, postmodern, psychedelic, etc., etc., etc. Artsy, schmartsy, who cares, right? No, I wanted to focus mainly on those dark ages. Let's focus on the dark ages, shall we? Because they remind me of a phase I went through as a writer back when I started filling up bunches of spiral notebooks. I've got a post and I think a video thing way, way back in the archives at TonyFunderburk.com where I shared a quick video scanning across many of those spiral notebooks. Most of what I write now is in my computers and not handwritten in notebooks anymore. But I have bunches of them, and I still have them. So they started way back when I was in high school. And there I go again, sidestepping again. Well, you could call this certain era that I went through, and I've gone through recently, read back through some of these notebooks. I had my dark phase, you could say that. Artists have he went through his impressionist phase, he went through his dark phase, whatever. You could just let me call it that, which is what I did. Anyway, it's certainly not my favorite work, not by a long shot, but I like to keep it. And I'll look through it once in a while, once in a great while, and see how my attitude and my heart has changed. And I'm grateful for how much more light is in my writing and my singing now. It affirms for me how God is good all the time, and He's not the director of false moves. I seem to make so many false moves. So many have misunderstood. I guess I must expect the worst results, and I'd deal with them if I could. False moves like shadows fall behind. You might go look for them, but they're difficult to find. False moves like liquor bring a sense of doubt. so hard to live with and so easy to live without. I always seem to see the empty spots and fill them up with simple words. But when I think I've got the right idea, it disappears like autumn birds. I sit and dream of traveling so far, and then I end up standing still. Part of me says I will make it. Part of me says I never will. False moves. Yeah, see, pretty dark. It's not dark in the way of, hell and who's killing who and all the stuff that's going on nowadays, but it's dark for me. Thank you so much for indulging me, taking a walk back through my dark phase as an artist, and I appreciate you being there so much. As always, it's brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com, this little Rhyme and Reason happy hour, which is never an hour, by the way. And TonyFunderburk.com has that merch tab where you should go over there. Those of you who have not yet bought that T-shirt, you know who you are. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. T-shirt that says, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason.